Hi guys and gals, today we're gonna talk about an exercise that's really gonna engage your core muscles, more specifically the muscles that help you bend from the side or do lateral flexion of the spine. I already have a video about single dumbbell side bends. I'm gonna mention it in this video if you're watching from my YouTube channel, but that's not that much hard for majority of people. That's mostly for beginners. This is a little bit more advanced, but the problem is with this exercise, I see a lot of people making mistakes, and it doesn't matter. When it comes to the exercises that really affect your spine, it doesn't matter how many muscles are involved and how strong those muscles are. If you do not do the most basic things for the safety, you're not gonna be safe. It doesn't matter how much strength you already have, you've gotta consider some things first. So the exercise for today is gonna be side bridge. This is how you do it. So you just keep your body straight in one line and just hold it. Now, the first mistake I see people make is doing it on the feet. Now, although it's not that much dangerous, but when you're doing this exercise on the feet, you've got to consider that all this weight is on your knee and it's pushing the side of your knee, so the ligament that you have on the outer part of your knee or the lateral part of your knee is under a lot of pressure. So that can cause injuries over a long period, and it's not that much needed, although you're gonna add more weight and resistance when you keep your leg straight, but you can just bend from the knee and put some plate on your hip, and it's gonna be more effective and it's gonna be healthier underneath. The second I see people make is they bend too much from the hip. So they hinge their hip, or in another word, they flex their hip and they hold this position. This can also cause injuries as well, because you're not gonna use the muscles in a proper way, and it's gonna really weaken you as well. So make sure the body is straight. So bring the hip up, make sure you create a straight line from this side. Also create a straight line from this side as well. So do not push it back, do not push it too much forward as well. It's gonna really make your spine vulnerable. Now you can play with the hip positioning, you can bring it up and down and play with it, but again, another mistake I see people make is by going too fast or going through extreme ranges. So just by holding it, you're activating the core muscles that you have, so the core needs to be activated so you do not go down. But if you want to play with it and you go through extreme ranges, it's gonna be a little bit problematic, and most people do not have that flexibility as well. Also, another thing is going too fast. Again, when you're using your spine, you should not go fast. These muscles are strong, but if you go fast, they cannot handle that pressure. So make sure the hip doesn't go up and down to extreme ranges. Also control the speed as well. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can add a little bit of rotation to this exercise as well. So instead of just keeping your torso in one line, try to rotate as well. Because your lower body is already grounded to the ground, the only thing that you can change is your torso. Although you can move the hip, but it's not really safe. So try to move the torso and it's gonna activate the transversus spinalis and the paraspinals a little bit more as well. Also, aside from that, you're working on the shoulder stability a little bit more as well. Now that we talked about the shoulder, a lot of people have been injured in the shoulder, and it might not be comfortable for them to do this exercise. If they still want to do this exercise and it's not that much restrictive for them, just try to bring the elbows a little bit back. So instead of keeping the elbow too much up, try to bring it a little bit back, and again try to position the body in the same way that we talked about. It's going to be a little bit safer on the shoulder, but in any case, make sure you do not bring the elbow too much up or abduct your shoulder too much, because it's just going to put a lot of pressure on the shoulder and it's not going to be even effective.